Hello you guys and welcome back to my channel. If you've never seen me before, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my fourth recap and review on the Crunchyroll anime Mysteria Friends. And oh my god, I might sound like a little off during the recording of this video. That's because I have like so many things I have to handle right now. Like I'm trying to fill out college applications right now because if you don't know, I had to take off for a semester because of some family issues. And now I'm going to be transferring to another school. So, if I don't fill that out, that means no school for me. So I'm trying to work on that at the moment, but also I do enjoy doing these videos. And even though many people don't watch right now, I still enjoy recording videos, editing videos, and uploading videos. It's just fun for me, so, So before we get into it, just want to make sure that you guys know to like, subscribe, comment. You can follow my social medias. They will be on the screen right over here, and they will be down in the description box down here. If you have any suggestions for videos or topics or anime that you want me to cover, be sure to comment that, and I'll try to look into it and see if I want to cover it or not. So without any further ado or any extra talking on my part, let's get into this review and recap of Mysteria Friends episode 4, titled Test Time. We start off overlooking what appears to be a temple-like building in the middle of a forest. In the background, we can hear the playing of a piano. We then cut to inside the temple and we see Griya playing a piano surrounded by a large bed of flowers. We then see An to the right of the piano at a table reading a book. An closes the book, gets up, and begins to dance in a ballroom-like fashion. An then comically falls on her back into the flower bed and the music stops. An then tells Griya that her music is wonderful, and Griya says she wishes she could practice more. An suggests that they come back the next day, but Griya says that they have tests coming up soon and that they should be studying instead. We then jump to a few days before testing in Miss Miranda's room. Miss Miranda tells the students that they should ask all the questions that they have before the test day. An starts to walk out of the class and her personal bodyguard Owen asks her where she's off to. An tells Owen that she's off to the library in order to get another book to help her study. They go to the library and get the book. While An is on her way out, she sees Hannah helping a group of students study. An then joins in and also helps to teach the students. During her lesson, the students are obviously very confused by what An is trying to teach them. Hannah then tells An that her way of teaching the other students is a bit too complicated. An then leaves the library with a bit of sadness. We then cut to later that day and An is sitting on a bench and sees Griya walk by, carrying a stack of books. An runs up to Griya and asks her if she needs any help carrying the books, an offer that Griya politely refuses. Griya then tells An that she knows that she has other things to take care of and that she'll see her later that day. We then have some scenes of An going about her daily life at school, but she seems quite lonely. We then cut to An sitting on a bench eating her lunch. Off to the left of An, we see Griya walking down a walkway that is behind An. Griya sees An get up and walk away from the bench, with Owen behind her. An then makes her way to the temple-like building where Griya was playing the piano. An walks up to the area where her and Griya were at previously. An has a vision of Griya playing the piano. I assume it's a vision because, Griya just saw her walk, towards the temple. So she couldn't have been there the whole time, and I doubt that she flies because we've never seen her fly before. That would be cool to see, but we haven't seen her do that yet, so I'm assuming she really can't do that at the moment. Anyways, while seeing her vision, An then asks who towards the vision of Griya she sees. The vision fades away and it turns out it was raining heavily the entire time. We then jump to the test days and everyone's either studying or taking tests. We then see An finish her test in Miss Miranda's class, and she walks out. Miss Miranda says that An finished very early, but is pleasantly surprised to see how great she did for someone who finished first. We then cut to Griya being let out of class, and she wonders about An. Griya goes to the temple and finds An at the piano hitting a single note. Griya goes up to An and asks her how her test was, to which An turns away from her. She then turns back around and says that she was very lonely. Griya then smiles and asks An to play the piano with her, to which An says she will. Gria then has a vision of her being by herself at the piano, with An standing at the entrance of the temple, smiling. We then have our usual after credits scene, and we see An sitting on her bed studying. We then cut to Gria, and she's sitting by her window with a cup of tea, and she seems very happy. Gria then says, quote, "I should keep it." It is not revealed what she is referring to, but I'm sure we'll find out next episode. I don't know if she's talking about keeping like a toy or a book or something. I have no idea, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna find out. We then finally see An go to bed, and before she goes to sleep, she says that she hopes she can talk to Gria again tomorrow. The episode then ends. So, if you didn't notice, this episode was rather short compared to the previous episodes. Overall, this series is pretty short compared to most other shows. Most animes run for about 24 minutes to between 20 and 24 minutes. This show only runs, 14 minutes overall. Well, this show only runs, I should say, between 14 and 15 minutes, usually like 15 overall. And, in this episode in particular, if we take out the credits and, all the other little stuff that doesn't really matter, we only got roughly about, 11 minutes of content. And I'm not mad about that, but I mean, like, we don't really, because I see on Crunchyroll that they said there's only like 10 episodes in this show, but we don't really get to learn that much in this small range of time. And I'm assuming that it's so short, the series is so short because it's a new show, and I'm assuming they're trying to test out the waters to see if they should even invest the time and effort to put it together. But we're not really learning that much. It just seems like we have these, because we had these like little petty issues here and there, and then they kind of just get solved. But maybe what they're doing, because this episode mainly revolved around how testing and studying and schoolwork came between the friendship and relationship of An and Gria. An wants to hang out with Gria, and Gria's kind of telling her that she needs to go do her own thing because she's trying to study. Even though An, as many people view it, is perfect at everything, even though she aces her test and is literally the first one to finish, maybe Gria isn't as smart as An is, so she needs that extra time to study and prepare for tests like that, right? I think I see where they're going with this. I think some episodes are more about relationship building, because after the very intimate scene we had last episode on the boat with An falling onto Gria, I think this was building more towards that idea of them pursuing a romantic relationship, because we have An trying to get Gria's attention, trying to spend time with her, but Gria is trying to tell her that we can do that, we can hang out and stuff like that, but there are other things at the moment that need to be dealt with. And we get to see how much they really care about each other, right? Like, even though in the end Gria like kind of admits that she does care about An's feelings, and vice versa. Also, something that was interesting was, I'm sorry I keep moving in my chair, like I enjoy swinging back and forth, like it's fun. It's fun for me, it's fun. But when we had that last scene where An is talking about how she hopes to speak to Gria the next day, it was interesting to me because the thing is, An and Gria live in the same dormitory, I believe. So it's like they kind of have to see each other regardless if they want to or not. And on top of that, they're each other's closest friends. So it's like, why would she feel that way? And honestly, I think it's because Gria and An, to me, seem like they both kind of have a very intimate relationship, and they know that. And so both of them kind of have their own insecurities around each other. So, that time a couple episodes back where Gria had went through her molting and she gained weight, she got more voluptuous and stuff like that. She was very insecure about what An would think about how much bigger her tail had gotten. And An is also insecure about certain things because An feels like Gria at times doesn't want to be bothered with her. They both have their own insecurities with one another, but I think that's a reflection of how the other views them, and not in a narcissistic way, but more of a more intimate, deeper way, if you get my drift. But honestly, I don't really have much more to say. I mean, this episode was fairly short, as I said before, but I don't really have much more to say. So, I understand that, we've had light story progression. So, it is what it is. But anyway, so if you made it this far into the video, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to follow me at my social medias once again. If you like the video, leave a comment saying you like the video. That like really makes me happy when I see stuff like that. So anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.